going live. I am live. Hello, everybody. Am I live? Okay. Okay. I am live. Hi. Thank you for tuning in for today's live. It's been a long time. I think after I came back from my my trip early February, and I fell sick for a week. No, I think almost 2 weeks. And I didn't come on live for that long, so I kind of miss you. So today I have a filming day, but I thought of like going on live to talk a little bit about my backstory. So today's session is kind of chill. Today's live is a little bit chill, where I want to do like an reintroduction about my business, about myself, and maybe like how I actually started being a videographer. Okay, so maybe just a little bit of backstory. I was in the corporate company for 7 years. So I was in the IT industry, and I made the leap of faith. I made the leap of faith to go into business. So I've never had any experience in running a business. I don't have family members who runs a business. So running a business is totally a different ball game altogether for me. So I've always been in the line of climbing the corporate ladder. I've always been in the line of working 9 to 5. So what made me jumped into the business was because I wanted to have a change, like not working for somebody, but working for myself. So that's why I actually jumped in the leap of faith. But the whole story of me jumping into running a business was really not advisable, because I jumped with a lot of faith, but there's no backup. So if anybody were to ask me, like, what kind of advice should I actually give to those who wants to jump from corporate ladder to running a business, the first thing that I will actually advise or suggest is to have a backup plan. You can either, like test out whether business is for you while doing a sideline. You can also, if let's say you have been doing the sideline for a very long time, see whether it actually sustain. Yeah. So this whole story, I actually shared in another live inside the Freelancers Academy YouTube. So you can go ahead and subscribe over there. I have the description below. You can actually check it out. So I think running a business while you jumped from a corporate ladder to a business is never easy. I think running a business is never easy. If you're actually watching this and you are running a business, you would actually agree with me, right? That running a business is not easy, especially if you're running alone. So I think another point that I want to also bring in is to, when you run a business, or when you actually decided to run a business, have like a accountability buddy in that sense, because and this person has to run a business as well, because you can kind of like check in with them to see whether you are doing it right, to kind of like keep you in check, to kind of like keep you in the, what do you call it, the process. Yeah, whether you kind of like match the goal, whether you have met the goal, whether you have attained something that you want to attain. So having accountability buddy, or at least someone who kind of like match with you or in the same field with you, will be great to have. Okay, so even though you are working alone, but having someone by your side, or maybe a 2 or 3 or your business buddies, will be great. So this is something that I wish I knew when I first started, because when I first started, it was just alone. I mean, like, there's nobody who kind of like helped me know what to do next. I basically I learned everything on the go. When I'm the type of person where I will jump first and I will swim later, but I know that's not for everybody. So I will never advise, or I will never tell people who wants to go into the business world from a corporate job, let's say, to just do that job. Okay, have a backup. Really, really have a backup. Hello. Okay, let me just take a look at some of my comments. Yes, thank you, Jamie. I'm looking forward to our conversation soon. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna talk a lot of things about being a creator, running a business, and you yourself. I guess you are now a full-time content creator. Kudos to you. Hello, Fitri. Hi. Yes. Yes. I can't wait to meet you and talk some conversation with you. Yeah. Okay. So that's a little bit of backstory of PeachyPixx Productions. And a lot of people actually ask me how I come about with the name PeachyPixx Productions. It's actually a funny story. Okay, there's one time I went live with Rizwan. Rizwan is actually from New Entity. So he actually asked me this question: how do you came out with the name of PeachyPixx Productions? So I was telling him it's actually pretty hilarious lah, the story. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, and it's I don't usually share the history behind the name, but today I'm gonna share with you guys. And the name actually was given by my husband. So because at that point of time, there's a certain era that I'm actually so obsessed with peach tea, you know, that Poca peach tea. So I was like, okay, I wanted to, at that point of time also, I was just meddling with photography. So I wanted to open a photography company because, you know, I want to go into business. So I was doing photography as a sideline, as a hobby. So I wanted to, okay, why not I actually turn it into a business? So I was actually asking him, what name should I put for my company? So we were talking and he was like, okay, why don't you put PeachyPixx? I was like, okay, why not? So that's why that name came about, PeachyPixx. And previously, the first name was PeachyPixx Photography. So I actually started off as a photography business. So I was doing a lot of photos for corporates and stuff like that. And then eventually, over the years, I realized that I'm auditory and I'm a visual person. So I need to hear like some sounds and everything. And I remember at that point of time, I was actually watching the life of Walter Mitty. If you have not watched that movie, please watch. It's really, I'm actually very awed with their VFX. I'm actually awed by the cinematography that they have done and the way they actually portray the story and stuff like that. So I realized that I'm very auditory and visual at the same time. So then I convert into videography. So I'm I think as any business, when they first started, they always want to actually try out everything, right? So I actually was trying out a lot of things from photography, whether it's corporate or wedding, videography, whether it's corporate or wedding. I mean, usually for these two area, the only I would say the only area that you would mostly go is either corporate or wedding industry, right? So I was actually trying both, and I feel that I'm more towards the corporate. So I was just inclining into the corporate side. So that's how I changed it evolved from PeachyPixx photography to PeachyPixx production. So now my niche in PeachyPixx production is doing corporate videos for corporate companies, whether they are doing branding videos or event videos, or product videos and stuff like that. And I also pivot myself during the COVID. I pivoted myself into teaching business owners on how to create their own videos just by using their phone. And I'm really someone who advocates using what you already have, because I'm the type of person that I will use something until it's not usable anymore, even with my equipments. I mean, like, I think I change a few times only, but of course there are some lenses that I will buy because of work hazard and stuff like that. But if in terms of my personal things, I will always use what I already have. So this is something that I have always been advocating to my the business owners that I teach, to use what they already have until they decided that, okay, I think I want to upgrade my equipments. So then you can then upgrade. If you were to wait, not starting, basically, if you were to wait for your powerful equipments and not start, you will never start. So this is something that, as a business owners, if you are looking at creating videos, use what you already have. If you have your phone, use your phone. If you have a point and shoot camera, use your point and shoot camera. So because you will actually know when to upgrade yourself, because you will be creating certain videos. You were using like very small light to just lighten up your maybe your YouTube or your videos, and then you feel that, okay, I think you learn a little bit on YouTube and stuff like that. Maybe I think I want to upgrade my camera. Then you can upgrade. It will give you some kind of like a sign that you will want to upgrade. But for a start, don't waste your money, okay? Don't waste your money, okay? Just use what you already have, please. All right? Okay. Uh, I know it's really, I know, I totally get you, Jamie. I'm also the type of person where when it comes to like doing things for my client, right? I want to buy this, I want to buy that, I want to, like really do. Then after that, I don't do anything with that. I just like put it one side, and after that I do maybe like once or twice, and that's it. I don't use it anymore. So it's something that we need to control ourselves. So um if let's say you have a camera, okay, let's say you have a camera with the interchangeable lens, and you feel that you want to have another additional lens or whatsoever, you can actually do a rental first. Try out that lens first and feel that, do you actually need this additional lens? Do you actually need to buy and use it on a frequent basis? If you, after you rent it out, right, after you rent it and you feel that, okay, I think I feel that I need this lens, and I will use it frequently for maybe your work or your YouTube videos, or what do you call it, or anything that you want to do with your videos, maybe for your products or services, or like taking some videos, then you go and buy. Okay, if not, you might want to hold on a little bit, because try not to spend than what you actually need, because having that not being used is really, really, I would say, a waste. You are not you are not making use of the lens so much. Okay, so you can rent it out first if you want. Yeah, correct. Jamie, yes, use what you already have. Yes, good job, good job. Okay, all right. So that's some kind of a little bit of backstory. It's kind of like uh mentioning a little bit about using what you already have and stuff like that. So yes, that's how I kind of like evolved my niche from photos to videos, and how I kind of like decided to change the name as well. So previously it was really focusing on photos, and then I change it to videos. Yeah, and I noticed there's actually, like, there are some business owners actually came out to me that how do I juggle my business while being a caregiver. So basically, this topic is the main topic that I want to share with you while being a caregiver and running a business at the same time. So I am a caregiver of my grandmother, who's actually staying with me in my home. So for me as a caregiver, I feel that your mental health, your self-care needs, it's really important to be taken care of. Okay, and if you are actually married, right? If you're actually married, you can actually discuss the like your work schedule, the schedule of the caregiving. How is it that you want to actually balance out between caregiving and your work? So I am blessed because my husband is working on shift hours. So when he work on shift hours, I will actually work around his shift. So for example, if I have filming days, that I need to go out of the house, right? So I will make sure that I schedule around his off days or around his night shift days, because in the morning he will be at home. So he will help me also to so basically, caregiving, it's between me and my husband to kind of like make sure be at home, so that someone is at home to take care of my grandmother. Yeah. So um the relationship between your husband and yourself also is very crucial when there is a caregiving schedule involved. So you need to also kind of like be prepared to balance out between your work, your personal life, your me time, your marriage time. Okay, I mean your husband and wife time, and the caregiving time. So time management is really very crucial when you are a caregiver at the same time while you are running a business. And it's very very important for you to know when is the trigger when you get burnout. So when you get burnout, it's always the first thing that you will feel. For me especially, if I get burnout, the first thing that I will feel is I will get triggered at small things. So I will be agitated. I will feel like I want to sleep all the time. I feel like not doing anything. I will procrastinate a lot of things. So that is my first sign of knowing that I've already reached the burnout. So before you even reach that stage, you might want to schedule around your time management. So it's very, very important. Being a caregiver while you are running a business is very important for you to do time management, right? Everybody has 24 hours in a day. So if let's say your work hours is between, if you actually set in such a way that you are between 9 to 5, you might want to actually schedule which of the time that maybe you want to have a break, which of the time you want to have a me day, me time, self-care. For me, my self-care is very simple. I will just like go out and have a quick run for 30 minutes or 20 minutes, do some what do you call it, do some exercise. So for me, my me time is going out, enjoying the nature. So I actually informed, I have like a I do have like a schedule, or in a sense, I have like an arrangement with my husband that I need at least a day of me time. So when I have that day, I will actually fill it out with going out to enjoy the nature. Whether I go trekking, I go hiking, I go for a walk. Yeah, as long as it's actually outside. So I have that kind of arrangement. And I do also have arrangement with my husband, going out together, go for, like dates and stuff like that. So I do have that kind of arrangement. So if you are a caregiver while running a business, um, don't be afraid of asking for your me time or your self-care time, because um, your mental health is really, really very important. As much as you want to take care of your the person that you are caregiving to, the mental health yourself, you have to take care of your mental health and your self-care as well. Because if you fall sick, if you, let's say you are burnout, you have, you know, like your mental health is not being taken care of, then how are you going to take care of the someone that you are supposed to take care of, right? So don't take it like it's a selfish thing to have a self-care or me time. Take it like you are taking care of yourself to take care of that person. Okay, so it's really very important for you to have this I would say, to have this uh routine. Okay, I wouldn't say routine lah, huh? I would say you need to be you need to know what you want, and then you arrange, then you have your time management and your work schedule, gel it into one. Yeah, so for a start, when I first started being a caregiver, it's really, really very overwhelming. The first few months, the first year, it's really overwhelming. And if you feel that you want to cry it out to your friends or to your someone who don't judge you, it's okay. People will not, especially people who don't judge you, right, for being vulnerable. I think they would be able to. I wouldn't say they will be able to help you, but they may be able to let you speak out your feelings and not judge you. Yeah. So this is something that I learned throughout the years. I think I've been a caregiver now for almost 5 years, I think. Yeah. So it works along the way. So if, let's say, you for those who are actually watching this, if you are a caregiver and you run a business yourself, and if you need somebody to talk to, you can always, you know, reach out to me on the DMs. You can always reach out to me if you need some help or anything that you need me to, you know, kind of like give you some feedbacks or anything like that. Yeah. So this YouTube live is not really about videos, but really about I want to just say it out there. I've never shared things like this online, because I feel that it's something very personal. But one of my friend actually was telling me that I should actually just, you know, like share with you guys the other side of what I've been doing, like, other than running the business in videos. There are certain things that I also handle. So aside from running a business in video, I also run a community with my partner AJ, to kind of like elevate the profession of other freelancers as well. And at the same time, I'm also a caregiver. I'm also a wife, and I'm also a daughter. Yeah. So this is something that I try to have that time management in my hands. But sometimes I'm telling you that things may not go your way, and when it doesn't go your way, don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, for example, today I woke up late. So I always wake up like maximum 6 o'clock in the morning, and I will do my chores first. I will do my what do you call it, my personal things first before my grandmother wakes up, and I will handle her needs and stuff like that. But today I overslept. So I was like, okay, telling myself, okay, don't be so hard on myself, don't be so hard on myself. So I didn't manage to do the chores that I'm supposed to do in the morning every time. So I have to like kind of like go with the flow today. So I have filming today after this, and then I will actually do the chores at night. Yeah. So if you have a routine like that, and and things doesn't happen to what you wanted it to happen, don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, this is, if the whole thing of this YouTube live, if there's one thing that I want you to take away, is to not be so hard on yourself, whether or not you are a caregiver, whether or not you're running a business, whether or not you are a wife or you're a daughter or anything like that. if things doesn't go your way, just don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, I am guilty of that. I always previously I always go hard on myself. I'll be like beating myself up for screwing my own things, but along the way I learned that you shouldn't, because things happen, life happens, right? So okay, all right. Let me see the comment section. Right, AJ and Fitri. Okay. Can, yes, don't be so hard on yourself. Yes, Jamie, I so agree with you. I think we are the harshest to ourselves. You know, like sometimes we want to, I think for the best of us, right? When we do videos, when we do anything online, right, we will be like, okay, why am I sounding like this? Why am I looking like this? Why my lighting like not so nice today? Why my eyes not looking so like over like not proportion today? Like why my lips is so pink today? You know, like, that kind of thing. So we kind of like judge, but actually there are others who actually see you, right? They don't judge at all. So yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. Correct. Okay, so yeah, so this is the one episode that I want to share with you, to come up with you to come up here to share with you how I work around my business while being a caregiver, and also just a little bit of backstory of how PeachyPixx come about, and how I actually decided on being a corporate video. So if you have any other questions about videos, or running a business, or being a caregiver while you're running business, you can always drop your comments in the section below, or you can always drop me a DM on Instagram, or you can drop me an email. Yes, information are all in the description below. You can just check it out, and I will see you in my next live in 2 weeks time. Yes, so look out for my next live in 2 weeks time, and I see you again. I have to head out soon for filming. See you guys. Bye. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Fitri. Thank you, AJ, for being here. Yes, I will see you soon online. All right. Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you.